Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. Sorry about not coming at you sooner for this review. I just was busy watching videos with my mom on YouTube, so I was just watching some SNL skits and all that, so it was pretty funny morning, I guess you could say. I got a good laugh at one of the SNL skits that she showed me, and I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty funny. So, yeah, I'm returning to you for this afternoon for the Termina Dysphoria album review. And like I said, it's for Termina's new album, Dysphoria, that I just got done listening to just a moment ago. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for Nick Nocturnal's band, which has Andy Shizek, I think if I'm pronouncing his name right, which he's the vocalist for the band. So yeah, I'm going to discuss what I listened to for this album and let you know my thoughts on it. So let's dive into this review. Now, Nick Nocturnal, I've been following his YouTube channel, which definitely go check out his channel if you like metalcore stuff. You'll really like his guitar playthroughs, videos, and his reactions to some bands that he likes listening to. So if you're a metalcore fan, you'll actually like his channel. If you just are there just to say, oh, I only like his guitar playthroughs, then it may not be the channel for you. Because he does other things with his channel. Which he started a band called Termina with Andy Shizek, if I'm saying his last name right. He's actually a very good singer and a good screamer, and he does this fry scream, which I'm like, holy shit, this is pretty good. It's called a fry scream. I don't know what terms they use for screamo stuff, but it actually sounds really good. But the demonic screams are one of my favorite ones. But yeah, he does some of the deep growl screams, or not growl screams, just the very monotone demonic scream in the Desolate Spectre song, which I really love that song. It's one of my favorites. The only song on this album that I would consider being my least favorite would be Moribund, if I'm pronouncing it right. The verses are solid, but not great, in my opinion. But the screams bring the song back to life a bit, and I'm like, okay, this is pretty good. So Fade Away is another song that is the opening track to the Dysphoria album, and I really love it. It's very good. The Abyss, I think I heard it back in June of last year, and I really like that one too. Lucid, I remember listening to it, I think in 2019 or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, I think this album was their long-awaited album. Andy Shizek and Nick Nocturnal were anticipating this album to slate for 2020. It was supposed to be, but I guess they couldn't get it out sooner, probably due to the pandemic. I don't know, or they had problems or came at a stump with what they were trying to do for this album and how they were editing it and producing it. I don't know the whole process to the album's work and how they were making this album, but this was a very good album. I really liked it. It's gonna come down to be one of my favorite albums this year. It is a digital album, so you'll only be able to stream it or buy it digitally. Unfortunately, there's no physical copy for it, which I wish there was, but it's okay. Digital streaming, I guess is the thing nowadays that most people like. Most people don't like buying physical copies of CDs anymore. Which I'm like, oh, if CDs go extinct and they don't have CDs being made anymore, I'm gonna rant about it on my YouTube channel the next day if it becomes canceled or whatever. But Servant of Death is a great song. Maharu was very good. Eras of the Past I really liked. Blood Echo was pretty awesome. So was Suffocate. And there's only like 11 songs on this album, so it's not a very long album. Sorry that I'm mixing this review around talking about other topics. And yeah, I was mostly pointing out a fact about the physical CD stuff if it goes extinct or whatever, which I hope it doesn't. The Edge of Time is a very good track, very good closing track to the album. It's only like a 40-minute album, but you're in for a good listen. Overall, I think Termina's Dysphoria album, Nick Nocturnal's band, which I do follow his channel on YouTube, which I think him and Andy did a very good job on this album. This is an awesome album. Almost perfect, but Moribund was my least favorite, but 10 out of 11 songs were very good, and I really enjoyed this album as a whole. So for a score, I think I'm going to give Termina's Dysphoria album a 9.5 out of 10. This is going to come down to be in my top 10 favorite albums of 2021. Probably by the end of the year when I do the end of the year list for best albums. But we'll just have to wait and see how it holds up for replay value. But replay value for this album is very good. I think it would be very good to replay this album a lot because I really enjoyed it. And good job on this album, Andy and Nick Nocturnal. I think you guys did a good job on this album. Comment below. Let me know what you guys thought of the Termina album, Dysphoria, if you've heard it. And if you do follow Nick Nocturnal, let me know what you guys think of his channel. Because his channel's pretty good. I like his reactions a lot. Which I've been following him since 2019 or 2020. So, probably 2019, I think. Because, yeah, I think it was 2018 or 2019. I've been following him since. So, I've been a subscriber of his for a couple years. But I actually liked his, the way he brought this album to life and did perfectly awesome with this album. So this is an awesome album. I will be returning to you for Black Veil Brides' Fields of Bone track review, which I have heard it. I just want to hear it again to get my overall thoughts on it. I was supposed to review it like yesterday or the other day, but I didn't come around to that review due to me doing a lot of reviews. But I will also return to you for Infinite and Divine's new album review for Silver Lining. It's probably going to be tomorrow at least. I'm going to try to get it out tomorrow. If not, it'll be on the 13th. But most likely, I think you'll probably see the album review for it tomorrow. But I wanted to do this new album review for Termina's Dysphoria album because this was a very hyped up album, and they announced it like earlier last week that this was coming out April 9th, and I'm like, holy fucking shit. Like, that's like too soon of an announcement, or too close to the release date of when it was supposed to come out. Too close to the release date of the day it did come out. But I hope you enjoyed this album review. I did the best I could to make it as good as possible. Definitely stay safe. Take care. Hope you enjoyed this Termina Dysphoria album review, and as always, I'll see you in my next video.